So page 75, problem number 21. You have how many gallons of pure alcohol should be mixed with 20 gallons of 15% alcohol solution to obtain a mixture that is 25% alcohol. So the first thing you need to do, as I see, is you need to represent your problem in a different way. Okay, so first of all, what you need to realize is basically they are telling you you have a 20 gallon. So let's say you have right there 20 gallon, and these 20 gallon are made of 15% alcohol, right? Okay, you are going to add to that, X gallons of pure alcohol. If it's pure alcohol, what does that mean? That means that the percentage is 100%, which is 100 over 100, 100% alcohol. We good? Obviously, if you add this X gallon to the 20 gallon you have, and let me just rewrite that because I don't want you to, okay, gallons. What do you expect of the volume? The volume is going to increase or decrease? You have 20 gallon and you add X gallon. It's going to increase or decrease?
Increase.
It's going to increase. So it's going to increase. Your volume is going to go up. You add X gallon, your volume is going to go up. So ultimately, what do you have? Ultimately, you have a 20 gallons at 0.15, and you are going to add X gallons at 100%. So 100 divided by 100, it's 1. And it's going to be equal to a new solution. This solution will be at, they are telling you at 25%, so 0.25. And what is the volume, final volume? Well, you have 20 gallon and you add X gallon. How much do you have at the end?
20.
If you had X, it cannot be 20. How much is going to be at the end?
0? I don't know.
So you had 20 gallon. Let's say I had 10 gallon. How many gallon do I have at the end?
30.
What did you do to get 30?
Add it.
You had 20 plus 10. Now, I got 20 gallon and I add X. How many gallon do you have at the end?
30. I didn't hear that.
You had 20 gallon, but instead to add 10, you add X. What is going to be at the end?
20x.
I know. When you do 20x, you are multiplying. What did you tell me before?
30.
30, because you add 20 plus 10. You don't have 10, you have X, so it's going to be 20.
X. 20.
All right, so when you had 20 gallon, and then if you pour X gallon, at the end of the day, you're correct, it's going to be 20 plus X. Once you have written that, okay, you can do 20 multiplied by 0.15 plus X multiplied by 1 equal 20 plus X multiplied by 0.25. Okay? You have two options. You can use your calculator and plug 0.25 and working with decimal. Or what you can do is rewrite 20 multiplied by 15 divided by 100 plus X multiplied by 1. That doesn't change. And on this side, you got 20 plus X multiplied by 25 over 100. Okay? It is very important. Don't copy.
Okay.
It is very important. I'm registering, I'm recording right now, so you will have that on the YouTube channel. What you must focus on is, what am I doing? Do you understand that I transform 0.15 in 15 over 100? Okay. Do you understand that I'm changing 0.25 in 25 over 100? Okay. By the way, that's 100 and not 700. Okay, so now I'm studying this. I got an equation with fraction, with denominator. Obviously, what I want to do, every time I'm dealing with an equation with denominator inside, I want to get rid of the denominator. And therefore, what I need to do is define what is the LCD. So if I want to calculate my LCD, I need to put all the denominator. You with me? First denominator 100, second denominator 100, the other one, there is just one, so we're done. Obviously, I need to completely factorize into prime, and I know that the LCD is the multiplication of each factor with the highest power, factor 10 to the 2, factor 10 to the 2, so obviously, my LCD is 10 squared. My LCD is 100. Well, we knew that, right? But we must work on that because that's super important when we are going to deal with much more complicated equation with denominator much more complicated than just 100. So once you have your LCD, you are going to multiply the left side by 100 by your LCD and the right side by 100. Every time you multiply everything. If you multiply this, you're going to have 100 multiply by 20 multiply by 15 divided by 100 plus 100. You following me? Multiply by x, multiply by 1, so I'm not going to multiply by 1, it's okay, equal 100 multiply by 25 divided by 100 multiply by 20 plus x. You with me? Now, I can see clearly that 100 and 100 can divide out, 100 and 100 divide out. Therefore, now, I end up to have 20 by 15, which is going to be 300, plus 100x equal 25 multiplied by 20 plus x. By multiplying by the LCD both sides of my equation, I get rid of my denominator. You with me? Mm-hmm. And now I need to solve for x. So what I want to do is I want to distribute my 25. So it's going to be 300 plus 100x equal 25 by 2, 30, multiplied by 10, 300, plus 25x. Okay? Then I'm going to put all the x on one side and all the non-variable on the other side. Therefore, I'm deciding to subtract 25x, and subtract 300. Why do I want to subtract 300? Because when I subtract 300, now on my left side, I have only the x value. And if I subtract by 25x both sides, on the right side, 25x cancel out, and I have only on the left side my variable, on the right side the non-variable. I end up to have, at the end of the day, 75x equals 0. Well, 75x equals 0, I divide by 75, I divide by 75, and end up to have x equals 0. Is that correct? Basically, I'm saying, at the end of the day, I need to add 0 gallon of pure acid. Is that possible? Mm. Okay, so something wrong. What do you think is wrong?
I do not know.
So, on this problem number 21, what do we have? Page 75. We're having 20 gallon at 15%, and I add X gallons of pure alcohol, meaning that it is a 100% alcohol. And obviously, at the end, I end up to have, if I take exactly the same thing, I'm going to have a volume higher. Okay? What was 20 gallon is now 20 gallon plus X. Okay? So now you can rewrite that as 20 gallons at 15% plus X gallon at 100% equal, you know, it's going to be 20 plus X gallon at, and you know that the 20 gallon, 20 plus X gallon will be at 15%. We are telling you at the end, you got 15%. Okay? Therefore, now what I need to do is I follow, and I'm going to do, okay, it's 20 multiplied by 15 over 100, plus X multiplied by 100 over 100, it's 1. Okay? Equal 20 plus X multiplied by 15 over 100.
You just change those to decimals if you wanted to.
If you want to work with decimal, you can, but working with your decimal is going to increase your ability to make mistakes. And even though this one, you could do it because it's not very complicated, let me show you that sometimes it's much easier to get rid of the denominator and not working with the decimal. Therefore, now you need to calculate the LCD. I think it's pretty easy to realize that your LCD is going to be 100. Once you know that your LCD is going to be 100, what you are going to end up to do is multiply both sides and everything both sides by the LCD. Therefore, you end up to have 100 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 15 divided by 100 plus 100 multiplied by X multiplied by 1 must multiply by X equal 100 multiply by 20 plus X multiply by 15 over 100. Multiplying by the LCD both sides help you to get rid of the denominator because the denominator divide out. Therefore, you end up now to have 20 by 15, it's going to be 300 plus 100X equal 15 by 20. Why it's not 15, it's 25. Right there I put 15, but it's 25%. Something wrong would be wrong. It's a 25%, okay? We are telling you 25%. So 25 by 20 is going to be 500. 25 by X is going to be 25X. And then you need to solve. How do you do that? But first you are going to subtract by 300 both sides. Like this, 300 disappear on the left side. And you are going to subtract by 25x both sides. Like this, 25x cancel out. On the right side, now you have 75x equal 200. And you divide by 75. And you got your answer, which is x equal 200 divided by 75. Now you can simplify that if you want to, and I think that's what you must do. But at the end of the day, you end up to find how many pure alcohol you need to add to your solution in order for you to be able to have a mixture equal to 25% alcohol.